Korean players, Lee Yong-dae and Ha Jung-eun, got a very busy afternoon in front of them because both of them in 2 semi-finals today. Jules Cavert, our umpire for first of our semi-finals. And not surprisingly, this is the first time that these two pairs have met each other, because I think it's fair to say, Ian, that the Russians haven't supported or been able to support all of the Super Series events. They've concentrated more on international events and Grand Prix events. Well, there's Nikolayenko, 31 years of age. They are 24 in the world rankings, and I can tell you their win-loss record for last year actually translates into 4 titles: the Dutch International, Russia Grand Prix, Italian International and Czech International as well. And that probably just emphasises the point I've made, that they've played more tournaments near to home in Europe and therefore haven't had necessarily the opportunities to come to the Far East and support all of the Super Series. Well, Sorokina, she's 27 years of age and in fact reigning European champion in the women's doubles with Nina Veslova. So there's no doubt they've a lot of experience, but just look at their path so far. First round victory over the number 7 seeds Songpon Anukre, Teowan and Kunchela Vorovici-Chaikal in just 22 minutes. That was extraordinary. And then the second round against former world number 1s from Poland, Matusiak and Ziba. Again, 2 straight games. Yesterday against the Olympic bronze medalist He Hanbin with his new partner Bao Yi-sin. Well, dropped the second game there, but came through strongly in the decider. So they really have had a wonderful tournament, as you were saying, Ian, just a moment ago. Well, as for the Koreans, Lee Yong-dae, he's 23 and not only Olympic champion, should be mentioned that he's already won 5 Korea Open titles, which means that he started winning Korean Open titles when he was just 18. Absolutely extraordinary. Korean Open title for the last 5 years. 3 men's doubles titles and 2 mixed doubles as well. Well, his partner, Ha Jung-eun, 24 years of age. And she, of course, bronze medalist at last year's 2010 World Championships in the mixed doubles when she used to play with Go Sung-hyun. Now, they had a tough quarter-final yesterday, as did their opponents, and yesterday they disposed of the number 4 seeds, Tantowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir of Indonesia, and like their opponents, needed 3 games to do so. So both of them tough quarter-finals. Eddie Urufianto, the service judge, and just loosening his collar there because it is quite warm inside this Olympic gymnasium number 2. Freezing conditions outside, of course, although we did think it was a little warmer. It was -9 yesterday. We think it's a little warmer than that today, but still jolly chilly. But it's a nice warm temperature inside the arena. Well, no doubt where the support is going to lie, very much with the home players. Understandable if it be a nervous start from the Russian players. This is such a big occasion for them. First ever Premier, or first ever Super Series semi-final in mixed doubles, let alone a Premier event. But Ian, I can remember on day 2 of competition, and you said to me, watch this Russian pair. They've been playing well lately. I mean, you called it that they'd had the possibility of getting to the latter stages.
Yeah, so though they've not played many Super Series, what they have done is they've played a lot of matches together, and they've built up a stock of experience. They're a well-grooved pair, they're a good combination, they have a good understanding of each other's game. And very often when pairs like this step up to Super Series level, the other pairs don't know them, and they have the element of surprise, and they've certainly used it to good effect this week. Just to expand a little bit on what you were saying about them not playing many Super Series, they had a very strange situation at the beginning of last year, the beginning of the qualifying period, where both of them were concentrating a little more on the level doubles, but they were actually on different programs, where Sorokina was playing a Super Series program with a ranking in ladies doubles. Nikolaenko, playing with his partner Durkin, was having to play lesser events to try and build the ranking up to get into Super Series, and that explains why they hadn't played so many tournaments together early on in this season.
Service judge Ueda Tsuki, Japan, and team of line judges are B.
Pushed it just a little wide. Well, just before play got underway, I saw Ha Jung having her knee very heavily strapped. You can't really tell, but she's wearing skin-coloured strapping on there, but I saw her with the physio, and my goodness, that was heavy strapping that was being put on her left knee. Yeah, it's gone well long.
한국의 정정은 김하나 선수 입장.
Yeah, more aggressive on that shot from Ha Jung. Clever smash. Aimed towards the right hip of Lee Yong-dae.
Yeah, Nikolaenko started well in this game. He's creating good pressure from the mid-court and the rear court. As you say, he does direct his smash very well.
Kim Hyun-jin, doubles coach.
Sorokina forced to lift. Lee Yong-dae, as usual, placing his smash to good effect. This will be a feature of this game. Nikolaenko, he likes to step up on the mid-court and put pace on the game flat. Likes to hit flat to the centre and onto his female opponent.
changed her mind, didn't she, from the net, Sorokina?
Yeah, again, well constructed from the Russian pair. Good centre attack from Nikolaenko. Sorokina intercepting, Nikolaenko following forward. Good aggressive play.
First time in the opening game we've had a 2-point difference between these two pairs. Oh, it's a very good smash.
Yeah, she sees here her opponent's trying to take an aggressive stance in defence. Goes for angle rather than pace.
Wow. It was an awful low serve, in all honesty, wasn't it? Very loose indeed. We've been watching her for the last few tournaments, and she has been struggling with confidence on her, or lack of confidence on her low serve, and that gave an ideal opportunity for Nikolaenko to pressurise from the start of the rally. So a 2-point advantage to the Russians at the mid-game interval. So, Russian pair certainly not overawed by the situation. Started well. Said earlier on, I wouldn't be at all surprised if they were a little bit nervous, but they've settled the better of the two pairs.
Yeah, I think the Koreans have concentrated a lot of their play on Nikolaenko, whereas he started in very confident fashion. Actually, there have been signs that Sorokina is a little bit nervous. She has made one or two changes, she's had one or two changes of mind at the last minute. Just wonder if the Koreans are going to direct a little more play onto Sorokina.
Good rally. Terrific.
Well, it's a really high quality rally from all four players. Sorokina defending really well, but in the end Lee Hyundai finding a way through. Got the look of the net cord, but it was would have been well placed anyway. Found space, saw that Ha was looking to cover the straight, and at the last moment changed the direction of it, went across the court.
He's broken the strings of his racket as Nikolaenko.
So far, though, he's attacked very well, hasn't he, Jill? You know, he's gone centre most of the times with his first smash, That creates time for the second, and then with the second one, he's tended to go at the girl. To good effect. He's been very efficient on attack so far.
Well, he is vastly experienced, the 31-year-old Russian. As I say, he's played many years in his men's doubles with Dorkin. A slight hesitation there.
Yes, and he paid the penalty, didn't he? That's the first real mistake he's made in this game. He's been attacking really well so far. He'll be looking to put pressure on this service, that's for sure.
Not surprised, the flick. Oh, my word.
Well, that's another high-quality exchange. Eventually Haar being able to finish, but super reactions from Sorokina to keep the Russians in the point for so long.
It's a clever smash again from Sorokina.
Yeah, we've seen one or two examples already in this game where Sorokina's not afraid to go to the rear court. As with all the Russian young players, she started her career in singles. She had a good junior career as a singles player in Europe. And that serves her well at high level in the doubles and mixed. Good defence from Haar there, managing to turn the shuttle across the court here. She's stuck on straight defence against the male player, which is not where she wants to be, but that's a super defensive shot. There's Claudia, the Russian coach, very experienced.
That's long with the back line. He's a tall man, isn't he? He's difficult to serve to.
Yes, he's always been very aggressive on return, and there's a good example of it, and a good example of their understanding that a lot of combinations the man would have stayed forward there, and that they're very well organised where they both step up on the half court, and Sorokina's able to take the interception on the other side of the court. Again, that's really good attacking play from the Russians. They're creating a lot of attacking opportunities. Very good deceptive block at the start of that rally from Sorokina to get the attack for a partner. And once they get the attack at the moment, they're finding ways to get through.
drive defence there from Ha Jung-eung. Absolutely superb. Virtually skimmed the net.
Yes, looks like a mistake from Sorokina, doesn't it, when you first look at it? But she's under such pressure because the trajectory is very flat, as you say. Very difficult to intercept.
Oh, that's clever. Very, very clever. A little wry smile from Nikolaenko.
Yes, he was outmanoeuvred there. Lee Hyundai reading the play really well, reading the block, stepping up, taking it early and finding space in the rear court.
Oh, level once again. Oof.
A little bit unlucky. It's a well-directed return, just out the side.
Yes, there was certainly an opportunity to attack. It wasn't the best of low serves. Let's see what she does here. Will she flick again? Last time she served to Nikolaenko. I think she put in the flick. Oh, that's a great low serve. What a difference! When you get a good low serve, opponents can't attack, and therefore there's a real chance to intercept the third shot. Two points now from this opening game for Ha and Lee. Just wide.
Well-directed smash. Just forced the error from Lee Hyundai to adjust his position.
The error on the low serve. They'd all taken an age to really get ready, and what a time to make an error. 2 game points now to the Koreans. First time of asking. 21-18. And it had been the Russians who led for most of that opening game, but in the end, at the crucial moments, Lee Hyundai and Ha Jung-eung came good, and they take the opening game 21-18 in 19 minutes. Well, that must be very dispiriting for the Russians, because they played so well throughout, and then an error on serve.
Yeah, I think that's still in Nikolaenko's head during this coaching break. He's still talking about that he felt Lee Hyundai delayed the play, and that caused the error. He's got to get that one out of his head now, focus on the next game. Just signs of great experience at the end of that game, although he's a lot younger than Nikolaenko. Lee Hyundai showed why he's the Olympic gold medalist at the end of that game. Came up with a couple of super plays at the end, and that just made the difference.
Well, as we're seeing from these highlights of the opening game, getting on the attack was absolutely crucial. Whichever pair seemed to be hitting down first seemed to win the rally. Yeah, he's pretty happy, isn't he? One game up. That was his reaction. Players back on court now for the start of the second game. Good crowd here at the Olympic Gymnasium number 2. Low serve just short. Left in no doubt by the line judge. Good loud call, that's what we like. Oh, that's delightful. Well, he does bring the shuttle down so well and uses all of his 188 frame.
Yeah, another good example here. Gets up, takes the shuttle really early. That's a good angle. Hyundai forced to defend from very low down. Difficult to control from down there.
Overdone it. Right idea. There did seem to be a gap there.
Yeah, you can see the tactic from Lee Young-dae. Early on in the first game, he was playing the mid-court, and the two Russians were getting very high up the court and able to put a lot of pressure on Ha. And now he's just mixing it up a little bit, using the back two corners, forcing Nikolenko deeper into the court. And that's causing the Russians some problems. It's breaking up their attacking formation. Nikolenko trying to do the same thing to Lee Young-dae. Just drifts out the back of the court, though. Tries to use one of his opponent's tactics there. It's too strong.
Oh, indecision. By the time he decided to play it, thank goodness Sorokina who was watching him, had turned to face the net again. Got the shuttle in her back. It can be very dangerous for a partner when you turn around, see what the player at the back of the court is doing. That's clever.
Yeah, good play from Nikolenko there. Seeing the Koreans drifting across to cover the straight reply, changing the direction, creating the attacking opportunity. And again, that's a good angled smash to the centre. It's a tactic that's worked well for them so far, isn't it?
Well, every time I watch this Russian pair, I get more and more impressed by their tactical awareness. Once again, clever smash, perfect placement.
This time it's a good attacking combination from the Korean pair. Lee Young-dae setting his partner up really nicely there. creating the attacking opportunity in the forecourt for Hart, and she puts it away with ease. Good combination.
Yeah, well, he's beginning to look for the flick serve because he knows that his opponent is struggling hard, really struggling on that low serve. And he put that away with ease.
That's a good return, because it was a good serve. She just managed to push it back, get the shuttle below net height, make it very awkward for her opponent.
Well, defensively, I think Sorokina has improved considerably over the last 2 or 3 years, but there are still weaknesses in her defensive play. Credit, of course, to the Koreans who are placing the shuttle very well when hitting down at her. Oh, dear me. Yeah. It's bothering her. That's obvious.
Strange though, isn't it, Jill? I mean, in that rally there, she played so well, she was so confident, she stayed up the court and basically won the point single-handedly here. Off service, she's playing really well. It's just around the service, isn't it? The rest of the game at the moment looks very sharp. Good block.
What a contrast. That was a great low serve, wasn't it? And had an even better reply.
Yeah, just got enough on it to make it difficult for Sorokina to intercept.
And when she does find her low serve, as she did on that last point, Hart Jung-eun, well, as you say, there's nothing wrong with the rest of her game. Looks very confident. And a 2-point advantage at the mid-game interval.
Yeah, I think the Russians just have to adjust their tactics a little bit. Koreans are forcing Nikolaenko to take more shuttles from below net height in the mid-court. And what he's doing is he's trying to continue to play flat, but the shuttle's going up, and that means that Sorokina is very vulnerable in defence, as you said, Jill. Very difficult for her to get into position. Just needs to use a little bit of block. Haar's got used to the drive play from Nikolaenko. She's playing a little bit deeper off the net. The Russians just need to use that net area a little bit more.
11-9.
Oof, just short. Goodness me, that's a pity from her perspective, because a serve, low serve that skimmed the net like that, if that had landed in, that would have just changed the confidence in a split second. Oh, it's catching.
think that service at the end of the first game is still in his mind, because for most of the first game he served really well, and he's just lost his rhythm a little bit, hasn't he?
That is tremendous. She was under pressure all the way through the rally there defensively. Ha Jung-eun. And this final shot.
Yeah, we're going to see it. That's a great change of direction from there, from low down.
Biggest deficit we've had throughout the contest so far. 4 points difference between the two pairs. Oof, but not for long.
Everybody's struggling on service at the moment.
You were talking yesterday, Ian, about how the shuttles sometimes, once a shuttle has been in play for some time, the base of the shuttle, the cork, can get a little bit softer, and therefore that's why, as the rally progresses, if they haven't changed the shuttle for a few rallies, it's difficult to get the smash down. Does that also make a difference on the low serve? Is that perhaps why players are struggling a bit of a softer base of the shuttle?
It's one of the factors. I think the other factor you have to take into account here is the shuttles being used this week are not ones that are used regularly in Super Series events, and they do have a slightly different dynamic, and it affects the service quite considerably, the change of shuttle.
Thought about it.
Yeah, it was the right shot, the right option to try and block and take the pace out.
The whole rally turned around by that delightful block from Ha Jung-eun.
Yeah, and that's been the difference, isn't it? The Russians getting less and less attacking opportunities at the moment because Ha's playing so well on the front court.
16-11. Oof. Oh my goodness, he got it back. Overdone it. What a good rally.
Well, fantastic reactions from Lee Hyun-dae early on in that rally, and then great defence from Ha. And again, she's just tried to turn it this last one, but just overdoes it.
Desperately needs a good serve here, Nikolayenko. Oh dear me.
No, that service at the end of the first game's really affected him, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Really lost his rhythm altogether on service. Can't afford that at this level. It's just drifting away, isn't it, from the Russians at the moment?
Yeah.
Koreans are playing a much tighter game. Not as many attacking opportunities, and the Russians have lost a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, the experience, I think, showing of the Koreans. Two points away from a place in the final. yet. Extraordinary. Unbelievable rally.
Great rally again. Both sides at various times getting to attacking opportunities. Korean defence at the moment looks rock solid.
7 match point opportunities for Lee and Hart. No, it's just wide.
Good attack from Nikolenko, showing he's still got it when he gets the opportunities. It's just there's been less opportunities for him to use the big attack in this second game.
Just taking his time. 2 courts in action today, of course, on semi-finals day. And the crowd momentarily having their eyes on the adjoining court. That was a good serve. Superb shot.
Well, that's a fantastic shot and a great rally that the Russians have played there. Great resistance, great resolve, and look at that.
Yeah, sensational. That's the other thing with the Russian players in general. They're great fighters on court, aren't they? Here they are, match points down. Still fighting all the way. But Nikolayenko's serve is under pressure here. Now, Lee Yong-dae and Ha Jong-un are through to the final. Tomorrow they'll play their first ever final as a mixed doubles combination in Super Series level. Well, both of them will be back on court later for men's doubles and women's doubles. But that was a tough battle, and let's spare a thought for the Russians because they have had a great tournament. But here it's come to an end. As you can see, Lee and Ha through to the final. 21-18, 21-15 in 39 minutes. Well, Ian, it was brave, but there's confirmation that mixed doubles Korea have finalists for tomorrow. There's a chance of more finalists.